Good afternoon, everybody. I'm meteorologist Edward Shaw. Looking ahead to the rainiest day this week later on today, but we start continuing to see those showers on and off more and more as we go throughout the week and gradually warming up, especially as we get into the weekend. Sunday appears like it's going to be a little bit drier than Saturday, just given our overall pattern, but can't rule out a few showers each day, but going to be mostly dry for it throughout the weekend as well. Looking at satellite radar currently, you can see where a lot of that flow from the south is coming into our area, which is providing those ample showers further down along the Virginia-North Carolina border and parts of south side. Those are going to continue here for the next few hours before starting to become more isolated to scattered in nature and possibly maybe a few thunderstorms as well if we get some sunshine peeking through the clouds. Overall, for the next few hours, though, well, we're going to continue to see those showers riding that border. And then starting to get into the mid-afternoon hours, that's when we clear up a little bit more, especially around the Roanoke Valley and up towards Lynchburg as well. This will give us a little bit more energy to provide for some thunderstorm development later on in the day, some of which could produce some downpours here and there, but overall, not going to be anything severe. Tomorrow morning, we start out with maybe a few isolated showers here and there, and that continues into the early afternoon, but overall, pretty cloudy as we start the day tomorrow and go into the afternoon and evening tomorrow as well. High temperatures for today, Roanoke about 84, Blacksburg 79, South Boston 83, along with Lynchburg, and Alta Vista 84 degrees as well. So overall, pretty similar to where we were at yesterday. And those low temperatures are also pretty similar in nature as well, where we're going to be in the 60s, mostly in the New River Valley, further to the north into the Highland Zone as well, and the low 70s further to the east into Southside and Lynchburg. Now, the next few days are going to bring in a little bit more heat, especially as we go into the weekend. We're at 87 tomorrow, which is right on average for what we see usually this time of year, 88 on Friday, but then you'll slowly start seeing that warm air creep into the area by Saturday and Sunday, bringing us back into the 90s by the time we get into Sunday. Now, turning our attention to the east, looking at the tropics right now, Tropical Storm Erin still churning in the Atlantic, expected to become a major Category 3 hurricane by the time we get into the weekend. Now, right now, indications are that this storm is not going to hit the east coast of the United States, but it could indeed bring in a few areas where we see a little bit more when it comes to rip currents and some high waves at the beach. So keep that in mind if you're heading out of town at all, not this weekend, but the following weekend. As you can see, a lot of those models tracking this further up to the north and really just keeping it off the coast, possibly hitting Bermuda though, but overall keeping us and most of the East Coast pretty dry. Your 7-day outlook, temperatures are in the 80s pretty much throughout the entirety of this week. And then we go into the 90s later on next week with rainfall continuing Saturday and maybe a little bit in the morning Sunday before drying out for the rest of the day.